So, Murder Mystery 2 is currently facing even more backlash than before. And it's actually facing backlash in general right now, which is actually very shocking. I've actually kind of been waiting and expecting for this to happen. But let's talk about why this might be the downfall of Murder Mystery 2. Actually, no, it probably won't. One thing I do want to point out, hold on, I gotta shut these people up.
Shut up, losers.
One thing I want to point out though is actually that my avatar isn't that wide now. I'm using a blocky avatar and it doesn't seem to be as wide as it used to be, so I guess they kind of changed that, which is cool, I guess. Now, a lot of you are probably going to assume that I'm talking about the speed glitches, which I am, but that's not the only thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about how they've been consistently inconsistent with updates for quite a while now, actually. I think it's been a few years since they've actually had an update that's generally been on time with whatever update it is. Now, of course, they have, in the past few years, started pumping out more seasonal updates, like they'll do summer, then they have their Halloween, and they've also started doing Thanksgiving and Easter, and of course, they've always been doing Christmas, and they do Valentine's as well. And I really do like that idea. It's just the fact that like these updates, especially for like Halloween and Christmas, are so constantly like delayed. And I mean, I can kind of understand it, but also I do feel like doing seasonal updates like that, they do have the time to kind of prepare. Even if it's something small, they do kind of have the time to slightly prepare for it and have everything ready to be published to the game whenever they're ready for it. You know? Either way, I feel like they could have a more consistent updating schedule with, because they do only seasonal updates. They haven't really done a whole lot of patching and fixing things, which is also another thing people have been complaining about with MM2 is the inconsistency with updates. Watch this. Oh my god. What? So, I am talking about the inconsistent updates right now. Another thing that actually Creekcraft pointed out is how they never do the scheduled event feature, which is now in Roblox, where whenever a game doesn't update, they can actually do it as a event, which people can choose to follow, and it will notify them whenever this update releases. Murder Mystery 2 doesn't really do this, and as far as I know, because it's been a few months, I think, since Creekcraft had actually made a post about that. I'm not sure if there's any other places that they do consistently communicate when updates are going to happen and if they're delayed, etc., etc. And honestly, I do have to say, if you're gonna make a lot of updates late or don't really give us a set time and date for updates, that is one thing I think that really does kind of kill your game or get people to start complaining about your game in a sense.
I love this thing.
So I know that Nicholas has also been keeping this game up for a long time. This game has not been, as far as I know, this game hasn't been sold to anybody else. So it's been how long since this game's been up? And Nicholas and the other devs have been working 2014. So for 11 years, they have been working and updating this game, and I can see how they would get burnout and probably want to do other things, but if that's the case, I generally feel like he should be at least giving like, like the updating and the working on the game part to maybe some new developers or something like that. Like where he still kind of has an overall say in what updates they do and things like that, but overall, people that will work on the game and have the updates ready and on time, and people that actually feel like working on the game, because it's hard to work and do something, a project like a game, if you don't feel like doing it. And I'm muting the radios. I'm surprised that anybody can even use the radio without it, like, the audio getting deleted. Now, I'm not trying to be rude or quote unquote cancel the developers in any shape, way, or form. I have a lot of respect for them. They seem really cool. None of them are pedophiles as far as I know. So overall, seems really good. Also, another thing is the prices are a little pricey for the knives. Like, let's view this one real quick. This is an Evo knife. It's just a knife for 3,399 Robux. You can literally, like, Dress to Impress is VIP is cheaper than that, I think. Now, I don't know a lot about pricing knives and things like that and knife value. I haven't played this game a lot because of the lack of updates and also the community, but I don't know, the knives just kind of seem a little pricey, a little expensive to me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, let's get to the fun part, talking about the MM2 players and the fan base. So let's first talk about hitbox abusers. A lot of you guys know about the small avatars that were added into Roblox thanks to the custom UGCs that were made a thing for some reason. Okay, sorry guys, I wanted to finish the round. But anyway, as I was saying, oh, prime example over here, this little guy right here. I think this is kind of hitbox abusing, but it's pretty much when somebody takes a
Really killed me.
smaller avatar and wears it in this game because this game supports R16 and they R15? Is it R15 or R16?
And it's R15.
R15, sorry. It's anyway, this game supports R15, so whenever you're wearing a package like that, it can kind of mess up. It doesn't really mess up the hitbox, but it's like very weird trying to aim at the avatar. And well, I don't think it messes up the hitbox. I don't know, but it causes people to not be able to hit you as easily pretty much. So a lot of people have been abusing packages such as the Minecraft dog, the stick bug package as well was a very popular one that was abused.
I told you I could see their feet.
But a lot just don't pause the recording as soon as you said
What?
as soon as you said I told you I can see their feet. I can pause the recording. So now it just as you saying, I told you I can see their feet out of context.
You can see their feet.
Anyway, a lot of people are really annoyed by hitbox abusers as well. I don't really know what else hitbox abusing does besides it changes your avatar, makes it really small, and makes it harder for people to aim at you and hit you.
You can glitch through walls sometimes, and it makes it
That-
actually sometimes you can actually run faster, apparently, from what I've seen.
Oh yeah.
You can activate speed
Well,
glitch somehow with those things.
So, well, I'm talking about like the small avatars. Anybody can
Yeah,
do a
with the
speed
small
glitch.
avatars.
Well, yeah, but anybody can speed glitch, and that's another thing I want to get to: speed glitching, because speed glitching is actually what is getting people really angry at Nicholas, at Murder Mystery 2, and at a very specific TikToker. I forgot his name. So pretty much what happened and what makes a lot of people and what has made a lot of people rant about MM2 and the speed glitching and the exploiting and stuff, which I'll get to the exploiting later, is the fact that this TikToker showed people how to do a extremely fast speed glitch. And if you don't know what speed glitching is, it's pretty much where people do a certain emote, and by spam jumping, they're able to pretty much fly across the map really, really fast. Also, as you can see in chat, a lot of people are complaining about the summer update still being here when it's September. It's literally late September. My birthday is already passed. Actually, it's
October.
It's October 1st. It's 12 a.m. over here. Now, I've already covered speed glitching. Let's go to exploiters. Oh no, exploiters have been a big issue in Murder Mystery 2 for a very long time. Not even just the people who are just coin farming or whatever the event currency is, just currency farming in the game in general. It's also people using exploits to fling people out of the map, to also go outside of the map where the murderer cannot kill them. And of course, the one we all love, where they, I think, I do believe they teleport to people and just kill people like instantly. None of these exploiters ever really get banned in the game, at least while they're playing. Now, don't get me wrong when I say some exploiters are genuinely chill, don't really do any harm. However, there are some that are just kind of assholes.
Maybe the
Really?
MM2 ones.
Yeah, mainly the MM2 ones. I've met some pretty chill exploiters. Somewhat. Well, I've met like one chill exploiter in Murder Mystery 2, but for the most part, they're kind of just assholes. And they're really annoying. Now, as far as the coin farming exploiters go, I never really was annoyed by them. They kind of, they just go around and their avatar just kind of goes to coins and collects them, and then they reset after. And they're usually not that big of a deal. Even when they're murderer, half the time they don't do anything, they're just there for the coins. So I'm not really too bothered by them. It's the ones that fling people out of the map and like exploit to annoy people. Or because I think it's funny when it affects the gameplay. It's like it's not that deep till it affects the gameplay, if that makes sense, you know? Like, I know. I can't do anything about it. I'm done. I'm cooked, I guess. I'm cooked. I am so cooked. I'm not the only one that's seen that, right? I swear that knife did not touch me. Also, the hitboxes in this game are generally annoying. They're very, like, wonky almost all the time. And they're very horrible compared to other games I've played, such as Item Asylum, where it's only R6. So it seems to be an issue with R15, the hitboxing. Guys, I'm sorry, I paused the recording and I forgot what I was even saying. I just started typing in chat. So I think I just went over exploiters. Yeah, exploiters, they're sometimes cool. Yeah, I already said that. And I was talking about how coin farmers are pretty chill to me as long as they don't, like... Yeah, it's like whenever you're exploiting to ruin the gameplay for other people, that's when it's not cool. That's when it's kind of that deep, because it gets really annoying. And yes, people are allowed to have feelings toward a video game. Yes, people are allowed to be annoyed at a video game. Yes, people are allowed to be mad at a video game. You know why? Because that's basic human emotion, and because they can. Like, if you're playing a game and you're close to winning and then you die, you're allowed to be a little, like, mad. I mean, obviously, it's to a point, but you're allowed to feel feelings about a video game. And a lot of people about everything literally just say, "Oh, it's a game, it's not that deep." But it kind of is, because people play a game to have fun, but then when they don't have fun, it's not fun, and then they get like a little angry, upset, or annoyed. And that's completely fine. That's normal. It's very normal. Especially when somebody's deliberately ruining normal gameplay for somebody, it's normal to feel annoyed. Can we normalize feeling a little angry and annoyed at games from time to time? I mean, I get that, like, you shouldn't go breaking stuff or hitting people over a video game or, like, telling people to kill themselves or being racist or homophobic over a game. But to an extent, yes, people can be a little angry or a little annoyed at a game. Anyway, that's not the point of this video, so let's get back to the point that I keep trailing off. Now that I think I've went over all the main things, let's go to how toxic the Murder Mystery 2 community has been, which actually does kind of relate to what I was saying earlier about how sometimes people do get a little too mad on some video games, because this is also where this happens very commonly. So a lot of you, if you guys are on Murder Mystery 2 TikTok, you guys probably do see a lot of videos.
Keep that in the video.
Sorry, about my dog. I think he's sick. I'm very worried about him. Or maybe he just had a hair in his mouth. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, what was I saying? Okay, yes, you have probably, if you're on Murder Mystery 2 TikTok, you've probably quite frequently seen how toxic the community can be a lot of times. And sometimes a lot of the community kind of takes it a little too far. Now, I know that some of the Murder Mystery 2 fan base are a lot of younger children who probably are, they sometimes will act toxic in video game chats and say things that they don't really fully mean or fully understand what they're saying. And the best thing to do is to try to ignore them or to like tell them not to say those things. And I think the worst thing that you can do when somebody is like being toxic in a chat especially if they're like a child, the worst thing to do is to argue back and just kind of fight back with them. The best thing is just to kind of ignore them or tell them like that they shouldn't be saying such things like that. And I really hate that it gets to a point where there's literal children on the internet telling people to like kill themselves and like saying racial and homophobic slurs and things like that. I don't know, it's just really sad to me. Now, on a non-Murder Mystery 2 related issue, I feel like Roblox should generally just block out the chat and chat features for certain ages and have restrictions on chat features for other ages and then no chat restrictions for um anybody 18 plus and things like that. I can't tell, is this guy a murderer or not? He's holding something in his hand. Ha ha! Sorry. I am not practicing what I'm preaching right now. He killed me last round and the hitbox was like, I don't know, huge. Like I was like okay, so like he's right here, right? And I was like right here. How does like that kill? How does that kill me exactly?
MM2 logic.
But again, it's not like I'm, being toxic in the chat, being toxic to the other person. I'm just saying toxic things to myself, celebrating a little victory. I'm not bragging about it or anything. Cause I don't have to in the chat. I don't have to make other people mad. Why would I? It's very pointless. It's sometimes funny, but not when the community is like just generally toxic and like nobody does it as an actual joke.
Also, speaking of toxic, um, never befriend anyone in MM2, honestly. It's a life lesson for you guys. Just don't do it. Don't make friends on here. Find friends and then play this with them like a party game. Don't make friends on here. It's the worst mistake of my life and other people's lives.
Make friends on um um
Try epic mini games, honestly. Work at pizza place.
epic
Or any chill game.
epic mini games, work at a pizza place, on a rare occasion item asylum or regretivator. But don't be too trusting of them. Don't get too close to them. Be careful. Make sure you're already in a relationship when you befriend them, by the way. Which, I mean, it can go both ways, but generally, being in a relationship before you befriend somebody, especially online, can kind of show their true colors, especially because a lot of people, for some reason, like to friend other people and only want a relationship for some reason. Which is very weird because nobody wants Roblox to be a dating website, but everybody you befriend for some reason is trying to date you. Crazy! That too. But generally, I would just don't like rush your friendship with people, I guess. Like just befriend them on Roblox. Don't talk to them outside of Roblox. Don't be like, "Oh, we're gonna meet each other IRL." I mean, sometimes do that, but just like take it slow with your friendships, especially online. A
Give it
lot
a
of people
year.
are extremely fake. Don't add them on Discord for a while, just kind of chat with them with the extremely horrible chat filter and just
That's
slowly befriend
unrestricted
them.
now.
Don't instantly go to adding them on Discord. I do that sometimes, but again, just like don't talk to them much. Don't, you know, but just be cautious of who you talk to online, I guess is the advice I'm trying to give. Just generally be cautious with who you are friends with and make sure that you can see their true intentions, if they genuinely want to be friends, if they're trying to get close to your partner, trying to get closer to you, to date you when you don't want to. Overall, just be cautious and be safe on the internet. It's a very scary platform, it's a very scary world. Now, I don't think this would end up really being the serious downfall of Murder Mystery 2, because despite the issues, some of these have been actually consistently happening for a few years now. People still continue to play the game, to continue to make content on the game. I just feel like a lot of more people are going to start speaking out about the issues of Murder Mystery 2 because it's just gotten to a point where it really just needs to be resolved or something.
It's not the end or like dead or anything. It's more of a limbo state that it's falling into instead of being the end of the game. Where it's like stagnant, there's people, but it's not as it should be. So it's kind of in a weird white limbo gray
Yeah,
area.
I've noticed it's started to water down a little bit. It used to average like 100,000 players, didn't it? Now it's only averaging like 40,000, 50,000 right now. I mean, maybe that's just because of the time,
Okay.
but also, why are you walking in place?
Wait, it's doing that for you too? Oh my god.
Why is the
As soon as I
Wi-Fi?
get murderer, really?
The Wi-Fi! Oh my god. Do not get Spectrum internet.
Yeah, everyone knows
Never.
that.
Cheap ass Wi-Fi. Anyway, let's see if this will even roll out up. This is the end of the video. Probably not the end of Murder Mystery 2. Yeah, just let me play the game. Okay, just let me go in the game. Okay, join a different game. Okay, just play the normal game. Oh my god. Anyway, this is the end of my video and my ramble about Murder Mystery 2 issues. I don't think this is necessarily the end of Murder Mystery 2, however, Murder Mystery 2 might start dying out a little bit more. I don't know, I've been expecting it to for so long, and honestly, it just never happens. People will just make complaints about the game's issues, and then continue to play the game, which is very fair and very respectable. It's not like the developers are, like, genuinely problematic. What is that? And honestly, I feel like if enough people bring these issues to light, perhaps they might end up getting fixed. Maybe they're still working on a way to resolve the issues with the hitboxes with the avatars while also continuing to implement the allowing of R15 into the game, because I do like the fact that this game allows R15, because there's so many games out there that are R6 only, which isn't really a problem. I like R6. It's just the fact that I want more R15 games for the sake of, the 3D clothing and just, the animations and other things that come with the R15 style. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to join my Roblox group and my Discord server. I link those in the description every time. Just click below and you will see the two links there. Also, comment what you think will happen to Murder Mystery 2 in the future. And also, if I missed any key points or any details about any issues, feel free to comment and let me know. Anyway, that is it for now. Bye!